Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Vulgaria, a Hong Kong comedy from 2012 that was directed by Pang Ho-Cheung. Now our main character is a man named To, a longtime film producer, who has yet to produce anything resembling a hit. Beset by financial troubles, he has become desperate for money, so much so that he is unable to pay the alimony to his ex-wife. And despite his former spouse's bitterness, their daughter still clings onto her faith in him and wishes to see him on television once his new movie premieres. To is soon introduced to a potential mainland Chinese investor who calls himself Tyrannosaurus. But Tyrannosaurus is not only the head of the Guangxi triad gang, he turns out to have a very particular taste in food and sex. Regardless, To is determined to woo this investor, even if it means giving into his every demand. So the opening narration gives the viewer an idea of what to expect. It basically says the following. It's like a warning to you at the beginning of the movie. It's obviously joking, but this is what they say. Your attention, please. This film has been classified as vulgar comedy. It contains high amounts of coarse language, adult themes, political incorrectness, discrimination, and sexual situations. As such, this film has been rated one level higher than parental guidance, parental censure. Any persons who are unable to accept these themes will be granted 10 seconds of screen time to leave the cinema. As a result of seeing this film, if any persons develop symptoms of emotional distress, illness, unhappiness, or erectile dysfunction, the film and the cinema would like to make it clear that it's not our effing problem. So that's how the movie just starts. It just tells you right at the start. And I thought that was kind of like a funny little disclaimer to begin the film. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of this director, especially his stuff from like the 2000s and the early 2010s. Pang is one of those directors who helped me to appreciate the more artistic side of filmmaking. Beyond Our Ken and Isabella specifically are two movies that really impressed me. Over the last decade, however, Pang's movies have become less interesting. His last film, Misbehavior from 2019, was a new low for him. I did not like that movie. And I reviewed it on my channel if you want to see me get mad after watching a film. But thankfully, he does have a healthy filmography for us to explore, and Vulgaria was made when he was still reliable at his craft. Now, films about filmmaking, which is what this is, can be pretty interesting and fun to watch, and Vulgaria is a good example of that. So there are some references to older, popular exploitation movies from Hong Kong, but they changed the name slightly as like a joke. There's also a neat little twist near the end that I did not see coming. Now, the comedy can get raunchy at times, but it's funny stuff, and it never really descends into being outright disgusting or anything like that, in my opinion. Script writing is also clever and interesting at times, especially when referencing the film industry. For example, there's an interview near the beginning, actually throughout the film, where our protagonist constantly makes inappropriate references, and he harpoons the role of film producers and just filmmaking in general. There's a scene where there's a presentation that he's giving to get funding, and that goes badly because of unexpected changes that were made to his PowerPoint presentation. There's a gangster dinner that goes wrong, another situation where he's trying to find funding for a film, and the gangsters are kind of unhinged, and things get pretty crazy there. There's a scene involving harassment allegation at the film studio office, and even that scene is funny, especially given like the twisting of words that's kind of infused into that. Some person's I guess discussions were misinterpreted in certain ways, and that gets him into trouble. And there's a cameo appearance from a popular Hong Kong actress in that scene as well, which is quite amusing. Now, some of the jokes do have a slight edge to them, but I think most viewers would be fine with this style of humor. Chapman To is our lead actor. He's one of those performers who has grown on me over time. His role in the aforementioned Isabella was one of the key roles that impressed me. He's very good as the lead in Vulgaria. He grounds the humor, and he could carry the more serious dramatic scenes as well. So if you're someone who's basically a fan of this director specifically, and you have not seen Vulgaria, you're probably going to check it out. If you're someone who simply wants a good comedy that has a little bit of a raunchy edge to it, and you can handle some inappropriate humor, I recommend it. I think it's a good movie. When I rewatched it just the other night, it's one of those movies that I just never get bored watching. It moves at a nice pace. There's jokes around every corner, and there's some little bits of intelligence and cleverness in there that I liked. So it's easiest to find on physical media, DVD and Blu-ray from Third Window Films. And as always, we'll see you next time.